Hi, Tim Georgeff here with episode 3, call it Health Matters. And I'm actually sitting outside 24-Hour Fitness here in Little Elm, not too far away from the house, about to go in and get my morning routine started. And I wanted to share 3 things with you today that I'm doing, especially focused on in 2018. Sort of made a little resolution with myself that I'm going to stay focused on these things. I think that if you find a way to integrate these into your plan and your daily routine, that they might also benefit you. So I'm going to share them with you, and I hope you find some little useful nuggets of information in there. So first of all, I want to talk about sleep patterns. And as a musician, there's a lot of times I don't get home till 2:33 in the morning, and I have to turn around and do an early wake-up call. And, it's very hard sometimes to function on just a few hours of sleep. But it's been scientifically proven that the human body can exist very well on 8 hours of sleep, and you can actually condition your body to function on a little bit less. So I've sort of established a pattern or a habit of myself of getting 6 hours of sleep. Now, there are times when I'll sleep some more, obviously, or maybe try to catch a little bit nap, but that 6 hours is a target of mine. And so, when I'm getting in from a club date at 2 or 2:30 in the morning, I try to make sure I can sleep until 8 or 8:30. If I have an early 5:30 or 6 a.m. call that next day, then I make sure I build in some nap time later in the day to catch up on those hours. But it's important and critical that you make sure you have a good amount of sleep. One, if you're a singer, you have to have that, not just vocal rest, but your body needs to enter that sleep state that allows your body to relax, your vocal cords to relax, sort of the natural recuperation effort that goes on inside your body. And so that's a lot of times if you find yourself that you haven't gotten much sleep, you have this like a little laryngitis or your hoarse. It's not because you've been yelling or singing incorrectly. It's really just a matter of not getting enough sleep and rest for your voice. So that's one thing. Also, it's really hard to function on stage, if you're just working on no sleep. Hard to access our memory as well. We're feeling sluggish or lackadaisical. We're not as focused. So getting sleep and establishing a pattern is really important. If I'm traveling to a different time zone, or if I know I'm coming up on a long night or long week of back-to-back-to-backs that are late, I will actually adjust my sleep schedule a little bit. I will stay up a little later and get up a little bit later to make my body more accustomed to those waking hours. So you can, with a couple days of notice, so to speak, you can actually adjust your sleep schedule to match where it is or what it is you need to be accessing, what daytime hours and whatever time zone that you're in. So that's point number 1, getting good sleep. And then that leads me to point number 2, don't oversleep and get into a routine. And that routine has to include something healthy. Now, I've been just probably like a lot of you, up and down in my my health scale, and sometimes I like to weigh myself and sometimes I don't. I'm very committed this year to getting back to a point that I'd reached a few years ago and then got a little bit lazy. So getting back into the gym, getting back on my bike, riding 18 to 20 miles a day when the weather's nice and the traffic's not too heavy. But anyway, it's important for us to get out of bed and do something, establish a routine. So go to the gym or get on the treadmill, get on the bike, go for a run, do something with your body that gets the blood flowing and gets that brain operating. If you just lay there in bed and, are thinking about things or just saying, well, I'm just going to sleep for another 30 minutes or so, all of a sudden you find yourself 2 hours later wondering, hey, what just happened? And we don't want to lose those hours of the day. We want to get out, get active, and then get back to our business of making music, practicing music, getting new gigs, making more money, doing all those things. But you got to start your day off somehow, and the best way to do it is get active. So, go to your gym. They have trainers that will, a lot of times you get a free, consultation session to get you started, get you pointed in the right direction. If you've had health issues, make sure you stop and talk to your doctor before you get going too far, and make sure you're doing the things that are right for your body. But we want to look our best on stage. You want to feel your best on stage, and working out will give you energy. It'll give you stamina. It'll give you self-confidence. It'll make you feel better. It's not a vanity issue. Don't say that. I'm not saying that you have to be beautiful to be on stage. What I'm saying is when you look your best and you feel your best, you are going to do a better job performing. And the best way to do that is to get yourself active. Now, also, you combine that with diet. Don't get yourself addicted to sugars and carbs. I've cut out all sugary drinks, except for maybe one time a week when I cheat a little bit just to give myself a little taste of something that I miss. But, cut out those soft drinks, get away from all those carbs that are unhealthy for you. Get yourself into a good diet along with that workout program, and you'll start shedding the pounds away. I started my routine on January 1st and said, I'm not going to give up. And we are in the middle of January. Well, actually about 3/4 of the way through the month, and I've lost 10 pounds already. So, and I'm not, spending 8 hours a day in the gym or anything. My gym routine is literally 50 minutes, usually broken up about 25 minutes to 30 minutes of cardio and then some resistance training. So you can do that too. It's easy. I promise you, you just have to be dedicated and disciplined into doing it. And the third thing I want to talk to you about with our health is, hey, go visit a doctor. If you're a singer, visit an ENT. Figure out the things that are going on with your voice that can make you make you perform better. Or if you are if you're an instrumentalist or anything like that, talk to your doctor about, hey, what multivitamin should I be taking? What do I need to look for in my diet, to make myself have more energy, to help me, as we all are aging, we want to continue to tap into that fountain of youth. So, one thing I did, I saw an ENT a few years ago. I'd been struggling with some laryngitis, especially when I've been doing a lot of singing, and surprisingly had nothing to do with my singing technique or damage to vocal cords. It had everything to do with allergies. Here in Texas, the allergens and dust in the air combined with the mountain cedar and some other things just were not working for me. And so on days when I was very active, or if I had just a little bit less sleep than I required, I would wake up and feeling a touch of laryngitis. And come to find out, by just taking a Claritin D every day, or it could be any allergy medication, but the doctor just said, hey, take a Claritin every day and see how that works. I've virtually eliminated those issues, and also helps with the smoke. If you're playing in a smoky environment, like a club or casino that still allows smoking. So, make sure that you're visiting a doctor regularly, or at least enough to get some input onto maintaining your body and your vocal cords and your performance instruments that are naturally, that are natural to you, maintaining those in a way that they're in their top condition. So, the three things we talked about today: adequate sleep and establishing a great sleep pattern for yourself. Also, getting into the routine of doing something active and maintaining a healthy diet and making yourself look your best, feel your best, and have more energy than you ever had before. And then finally, talking with a doctor, getting an ENT involved if you're a singer, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle that is going to support you for the years to come. None of us are getting any younger, but we can keep putting on a great show, especially if we follow those 3 points. So some great things happening. Headed to California tomorrow for NAMM. Be sending you some videos from Anaheim Convention Center, and then some other great road trip to Tunica, Mississippi coming up. Out there, the Gold Strike Casino. Be there 3 nights with Michael Hicks and the Holla. Be taking you backstage, on stage. Who knows? Probably the car ride out will be crazy. We'll have a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing you on the road.